Okay, everyone, welcome. Thank you all for coming and being on time. Before we start, we should have some apologies for the absent. So I've received an apology from our CFO, Christina Patterson, but she has expressed her opinion in writing. I want to take a moment and introduce to you our today's guests. First is Elizabeth Anderson.
Good morning.
And the second is Diana Simonova.
Good morning, dear colleagues.
Elizabeth is from an independent expert agency, and Diana is an expert from the Center of Market Monitoring and Research, InfoScan. They will participate in today's discussion and express their impartial opinion on our problems. Okay, colleagues, does everybody have a copy of the agenda?
Yes.
Sure. Great. The purpose of this meeting is to come to a decision about how our agency can improve customer service. As you all know, we have recently faced some serious problems because our clients do not want to spend their money on traditional ways of advertising that we are specializing in. So we have to decide what to do in order to retain existing clients, persuade them use our services more effectively, and attract new clients. So I think the discussion should be opened by John Smith, the CEO and president of Show and Sell. So let's listen to his position on this issue.
Thank you, Alexander. And most of you know that I am the only one who knows this company perfectly because I run it for over 40 years. I know the market, and that's why I believe that only possible way out is to right-size our company. We have to fire some employees who indulge themselves with the idea that they can only be innovative in field of internet. I don't think that it can be applied to our company because we have such authority and such advantages which no one can display. And that's why I believe that firing staff and not entering any new spheres of marketing is only possible way out. That's it.
Thank you very much, John Smith, for raising such an important question as shortening our staff. The second speaker is Mary Johnson, the head of account service. Please.
Thank you, Alexander. As the head of account and service department, I am responsible for finding new clients and maintaining relations with the current ones. As the present crisis struck, our company have suffered a lot of losses. However, I truly believe that we shouldn't include online advertising in our range of services. Our competitors spend a tremendous amount of money on new technologies, and I think it is not a way for our company. In addition, I am positively sure that services which our company provides are the most effective and affordable ones. And I think that our clients hope that our company will provide traditional ways of advertising like TV, commercials, and magazines. So I think that we should stick to our traditions and do not change the ways which the business in our company is done. And but there is a way to reduce costs of our company. As our dear director said, we should fire some lazy employees which are ineffective and who should toil harder. Even in my department, I can name some of the employees whose work is really insufficient. And of course, I think we should introduce some measures to warm up competitions among our workers. That is my point.
Okay, Mary, I see your point of view. So you fully support the position of John Smith?
Yes, that's right.
Great. Now let's listen to Tamara Richardson, the head of account planning.
Thank you, Alexander. As the head of account planning, I'm responsible for business strategy of our company. And talking about our future, we must understand that traditional advertising has very big disadvantages that won't help us to move forward. The first of all is its price. TV spots, development of commercials, time on TV, and place in newspapers, they cost a lot of money. And and at the same time, internet advertising has lower entry-level fees, and we don't have to pay hundreds of dollars for an advertising in newspaper. There are some services like Google and Overture that will help us to reduce costs for the advertising. So the next one is targeting. As soon as print and broadcasting outlets are printed, mailed, or delivered, we don't have any opportunity to know who actually read, saw, or viewed the advertising. And internet, at the same time, provides opportunities of tracking and targeting methods that ensure us that those who are watching the TV and this commercial, who are watching the commercial in the internet mainly, they are the one who are the most likely to buy the product that we are advertising. So the last but not the least disadvantage is that the message that we are giving to the consumer is limited with few square inches of newspaper advertising or with 30 seconds of TV time. And but at the same time, if we can get a customer to click a banner or a link, we have almost limitless opportunities to show him huge pages with information and persuade them to buy the product that we're advertising. So I totally and absolutely sure that the future of our agency depends on how fast we are going to move to internet advertising. And as for the second question today about the lazy stuff, I think that this is the work of a manager of human resources. This department should create an assessing system to define the lazy bones and good employees, and probably to find out what is the main problem, whether they are working because they are lazy or whether they don't have an opportunity to show their potential. Probably we should let them do the work that they love without any limits, and here we can give them a chance to develop internet resources. So this is the way for our company to grow. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tamara, for expressing your opinion and for looking at the situation from another perspective. I'd like to give a word to Jane Robbins, the head of creative department.
Dear colleagues, the problem which is discussed today is very important and solution is still not found. One way is to fire employees, but I suppose that this way is not appropriate for our company. As the head of creative department, I am responsible for my staff, and I can assure you that all my employees are very talented and creative people. But lately I've heard some accusations against my department and me personally that my employees are lazy bones. But before blaming people, maybe it is better to analyze problems from within and turn to global problems of our company. I'm talking about the huge amount of rejected applications from web designers and experts in web advertising, just because our agency does not work with internet technologies. Our devotion to traditional methods of running business is not suitable nowadays. Are innovations not encouraged in our company? If you don't motivate people and don't let them use their potential to the full, you won't find in them the way to get more revenue. So I suppose that you can see my point of view that we shouldn't just fire people, we should solve problems from within, and we need some changes for our company. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jane. I appreciate your brave position. Mike Brown, what are your views on that?
Thank you, Alexander, for giving the floor. Dear colleagues, I'd like to support Jane Robbins' position. If you draw your attention to the history of advertising, you will find that Advertising tools are modified very often, and now there comes a time of internet. I have received lucrative offers connected with web banners, social network advertising, and contextual advertising. It seems to me that we have a good opportunity to transform our company in order to occupy the internet segment of advertising. I'm sure that at the first stage we need to realize the modification of our company, and only after that we will analyze the company's profit, and we will make a decision about firing our employees. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you. Paula Adams, would you like to comment on the agenda issues?
Thanks a lot, Alexander, for giving me the floor. So my perception is to focus on online advertising. I mean that we shouldn't forget about the internet abilities due to which we can attract more skilled employees. Moreover, as it was already said, I think that the best solution to the problem is to fire some unnecessary and lazy employees who do nothing useful for our company, and on the other hand, they get high or the same salary that we get. Thank you for your attention.
I see your point of view, Paula. So you are for online advertising and you are for firing our staff, right?
Yes, you're right.
Now it's turn of Ann Simpson, Head of Human Resources.
Thank you, Alexander. And at the beginning, I would like to say that to Mary Johnson, that I couldn't agree with your point of view. I criticize you for your absolute inability to reveal the real magnitude of the problem to the CEO. As for the problems in our company, I have been working for this agency for a long time, and my intuition tells me that it's time for changes. If everything continues like this, we would lose the best employees. We can invite new young workers that will help our agency to see the things in the world in different ways. Please take my words seriously, because it's very important for the future of our agency. One more problem is that now many employees should be fired because of the financial problems in our industry. Well, this is absolutely not fair, as for me. Nobody is allowed to show their own point of view. Employees just perform routine tasks without any inspiration and creativity. That's why we need to give these employees one more chance and freedom, so that they can show us the novel work and their vision. And otherwise, we will kill our agency. That's why we just need to give them one more chance and just to breathe the new ideas. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. I got your point of view. So you think it's time for changes, yes?
Yes.
And you would like to protect our employees?
Of course.
Right, thank you. Now it's time to listen to our non-executive directors, Emma Wilson and Patricia White. And let's start with Emma.
Thanks a lot, John and Alexander, for the honor of being here today. As far as you know, I'm here only as an advisor, but I still have vested interest in our cooperation and in the success of our companies. Throughout the years, there hasn't been a time when I ever let you down, thanks to my total control over employees and their talents. I know that recently our company has been rocked by financial misfortunes, but my financialists have predicted that the new plan will bring us profit in the long term. Now, I would like to give you some of my suggestions for these burning issues. First of all, I would like to offer you contracts between our companies, as part of which you can get special discount on placing any advertisement in our newspapers. And in return, you have to sign a contract promising us to use services for a longer period than usual. I mean 3 years. Moreover, I guarantee my employees will come up with better ways of getting advertisements in our papers by the help of new projects. Free newspapers during rush hours in the public transports, and special only advertisement sections on weekends. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope that my recommendations will be found useful.
Now over to you, Patricia.
Thank you, Alex. As a top manager of media conglomerate, I think that the internet and television are inseparable part now. We live in the world of technologies, that is why it is impossible to ignore online media. Also, I want to add that my conglomerate is not just press, television, radio, but it is also web portals. That is why I advise not, as for our employees or staff, I advise not to fire them. It is better to attract them in such sphere as television, radio and press. It is a chance for them to learn something new and change their usual work. As for our customers, they should remember that we don't concentrate on online, just on internet, but we also specialize in television, radio and press. So it is a great opportunity to keep old customers and attract the new one.
Thanks for your contribution. Now it's time for the last speakers, Elizabeth Anderson and Diana Simonova, who want to give us some valuable recommendations. So please, Elizabeth.
Thank you for your trust. After all speakers, I would like to sum up and offer new ways to reach the solution of a problem without dismissal. The first, in a good way, it's a bank loan. You can try to agree on a favorable terms due the application with the bank to organize the campaign for the bank. In this case, the newcomers will have a chance to show themselves in the working on this project, and you will have to improve the financial situation of your company. The second way is open a subsidiary agency. Opening a new subsidiary agency which will deal with internet technology only if innovative way. In this case, the reputation of the parent company will not be affected, and if the subsidiary agency will be successful, you can in future try to reduce all the company in one. Whatever it was, my position that it's necessary to give a chance to newcomers, because the newcomers are innovative power of your company. Thank you.
And now Diana, please.
Thank you, Alexander. I'd like to draw your attention to online advertising. Advertising on the internet is almost a necessity for modern businesses, especially those who do their business outside of the local community. And as for advantage of online advertising, it is ideal for businesses with national and international target markets and large-scale distribution channels. As a rule, the more people your business serves, the more cost-efficient internet advertising can be. So that among businessmen, online advertising is becoming more and more popular. And for you as an advertising agency, it can give a lot of opportunities to work with large companies and firms who are interested in online advertising, and they are ready to pay any money. But there is one disadvantage of online advertising. It is that your marketing materials are automatically available for everyone in the world to copy. And this is not the case with television or magazine as a types of traditional advertising, where image must be replicated rather than simply copied electronically. But future prospect as a whole of online advertising is positive. Internet advertising is predicted to rise by 10% on the global rate, and consequently online ad expenditures will increase, and this trend will continue furthermore. Also, I'd like to add about the idea of shortening staff. In my opinion, it is unreasonable. I think if you want to implement online advertising, you should work with existing workers and maybe to send several of them on retraining. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you all for your interesting speeches. And now it's time for me to conclude everything that we have discussed. So the main issue that we were discussing today was changing strategy of our agency and including IT into our business. The second question that was raised by our CEO and supported by some of you is firing our staff who are meant to be lazy. Now I will briefly repeat your positions and then we'll count the votes. So against working with IT internet technologies are John Smith, Mary Johnson, Christina Patterson, she has expressed her opinion in written way, and Emma Wilson. These are 4. Am I right? Yes. The other 8 people support the idea of online advertising, which is the majority. Now about letting some of our staff go. Again, John Smith, Mary Johnson, Christina Patterson, and Elizabeth Anderson, yes, and Paula Adams, they think that our employees are lazy and they should leave the company, correct? Yes. Again, it's now 5 against 7. So is everyone satisfied with the decision made today? Yes. Yes. Our next meeting will be held in 10 days at 9 a.m. And by that time, each department should prepare a proposal including ideas of how our agency can switch to online advertising in the most effective way. Moreover, our employees who were on the brink of being fired got the second chance today. And during this 10 days period, each of you will look at their effectiveness so that we could discuss that in the meeting. Well, it looks like we have discussed, it looks like we have covered everything on the list. So I guess we'll finish here. Again, I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here today. And if anyone has any questions, do not hesitate to send me an email. The minutes from today's meeting will be posted by Kate by tomorrow afternoon. Goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you.